Welcome back to the channel, Repair Gang. In today's video, I got a great one for you. I'm going to go through every single tool you need to do 90% of all small engine repair. Nothing else. This is going to be your complete small engine repair tool setup. The great thing about this is everything is in this one box, and this could be as cheap as you need it to be, about under $100, or as expensive as you want. It all depends on the brands of tools you use and what you got. I got a bunch of different brands of tools up in here. The only things that don't fit in this box is my parts holder and my impact gun, which I'm just using one of these non-magnetic silicone holders with the bit holders, and a Hercules impact for faster repairs. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's bust right up in here. Okay, right off the bat, this is it. I know it doesn't look like much, but everything in here is essential in my opinion, and you could pretty much diagnose and repair 90% of everything you go and see, unless you need parts right away. So without further ado, let's break down what's in here. We'll start with the back end here. You need a flathead, you need a Phillips, and you need a custom flathead. Now, custom flathead is just shaved down so you can reach in there in the carburetors and open that jet up. Now from there, I like to have a punch. The punch is used to get out, pain in the ass, float bowl keepers. Then you got picks, 3 different styles of picks. You got a hook pick, a straight pick, and a slightly bent pick. Then you got your adjustable, you got your needle nose pliers, and you got your vice grips. So that's all the top row. Right into the main base, we'll start with the diagnostic tools. We have a good multimeter. You need a good multimeter. You're going to need a continuity tester, spark plug tester, and a compression tester, which isn't in here at the moment. So you need some kind of mallet hammer. This is just a little dead blow hammer. 1 pound dead blow hammer works really good, just to bang some stuff out. Now, I'm going to get you off the tripod here and go over what I got. So, we got electrical stuff. Wire strippers. Some basic wire. You got test leads, just in case you got to see if it's going to work before you actually wire it in. And you got a whole bag of all sorts of different kinds of connectors and heat shrink and little grommets. Even a little spark plug boot in there if you need one. And that's pretty much all the electrical. Then you have pull cord rope. You got some nice wire brush if you got to get some carbon off or clean up a connection. And then this is an important tool. You got a light. Got to have a light. If you got to see and stuff, see inside a carburetor. And then now coming over here, that's all the electrical, pretty much. And now you got your basic carburetor and small engine parts. You got those weird looking gaskets for riding lawnmowers. You got fuel filters, a straight petcock, an angled petcock, fuel clamps, fuel line for 2 strokes and for 4 strokes. You can carry more if you need some more. But most of the time, you're going to be fine with just what you got here. Then you want to carry various spark plugs. You're going to need your brushes and your micro drills. Those are for carburetors and other things you need to clean out. I'll have links in the description to a lot of these tools that you can get. These are micro drills here. I made a video on these before. They're real great. I recommend you pick up one of those. So let's get back on the tripod. I'll go over a few more things. Going into the next part, you want to carry some type of epoxy. It's good in a pinch. You want to carry gasket maker, just in case you do have to break into an engine. You want to replace it, get high heat. I know there's a silver one, but this red one's high temp. So you want to get one of those. I recommend having an offset screwdriver, Phillips flathead. Doesn't matter what brand or what you're using. I just recommend having one. You're going to need it eventually. Tape measure. This is Stanley. It's about a $20 tape measure with the lever lock. They sent this to me. Thank you, Stanley, for sending this to me. But you can go as cheap as you want. Pittsburgh has one, Harbor Freight, for like $3. It's good just to get a quick measurement if you need to get fuel line or something else. And then now, oh yeah, a knife. You want a knife, carry a knife. This is a box cutter one. You want something really sharp. You never know when you're going to have to scrape a gasket or scrape something else, or even cut something. Carry a knife. Okay, now, this is obviously, again, Harbor Freight. Now, you can use any brand you want. No one's telling you what brand you can't use and what brand you can use. But it all depends on the price. You know, I can't say, hey, this whole toolbox is under $100, because if this is a Milwaukee set, you're looking at a $40 set when I paid $20 at Harbor Freight for it. Now, this just carries all my different bits, my torque bits, my different flatheads, my square bits, my Phillips bits, my long ones, everything I need just in case. Because you never know when you're going to have a T10 or T25 or T27 or one of those weird square ones. So it's always good just to have this, just in case you come across one of those anomalies. Now, just in case too, I have this one. Now, why are you saying, hey, why do you have both of these? Well, because these ones have the security bits, the ones with the little holes in them. So that's a good set too. I got this from Walmart. That's Heart Brand or Hyper Tough, one or the other. So yeah, security bits, main bits. So I have every possible scenario, hopefully, that I can run into, besides those weird triangle bits. Now also in here for my impact drill, I have a 1/4 inch, 3/8, and a 1/2 inch connectors. So if I ever, but even though I don't carry 1/2 inch on me, I carry it just to have it. I like to have 2 extra little T25s because it's common. Even if it's a T27, a T25 will work. I have one for a 1/4 inch socket or impact. And I have one that just fits at a screwdriver or a hex impact. Now right under here, I'll get into this here in a second. This is the most important part, so I'm saving that bit for last. Now let's get into the meat potatoes of this section. I have a Cobalt set of Allen keys. The reason I like this Cobalt set here is because not only does it come with all the sizes you're going to need, but it also comes with the extra long ones. So let's say you're taking off a head of a chainsaw, and it's this size right here. Let's say it is a 732. That's not long enough to get all the way down at the bottom of the head, but this one is. So make sure, even if you only are carrying one or the other, get the long ones. But I recommend picking up a set like this that has the super long ones and the short ones. It really comes in handy to have a good set of Allen keys. I also carry the Allen keys that are attached to a 3/8 socket, or you can put an impact on there. And I use these for pressure washer water pumps. Most of the time they're torqued on there pretty good, and if you got an Allen key, you're going to hurt your hand trying to turn it or strip it. So the good thing is you put this in, use your breaker bar, bust it out. I really like these. You never know when these are going to come in handy. So I mean, they also work too for the super long. The only thing about these, when you're trying to take a head off something, is they're a little fat. That's why the Allen keys come in play, because they're skinnier. But these are a good thing to have too. You can pick up a set anywhere on the cheap side probably around $5-10, but on the expensive side you're looking probably around 50 to 60. So those work good. You need some kind of crowbar, breaker bar, something to pry. You always end up prying something. Pulleys off of lawnmowers and lawnmower decks, just a bunch of stuff. So always kind of carry a crowbar or pry bar. This is an important tool that gets overlooked, and even for a piece of plastic, this is just a piece of plastic, and even at Harbor Freight, I paid $27 for a set of 3 of these. These are fuel clamp hoses, which most of the time, if they don't have a petcock or the petcock is on the carburetor, it's going to be leaking gas, especially on Hondas. So you want to get in there with fuel clamp pliers, clamp them down, stop the gas flow. Or you can do that little trick where you put a screw in there, but it's never perfectly sealed. So yeah, I carry 2 socket extenders, one for a 3/8, one for a 1/4 inch, mostly because like I said, I don't carry a 1/2 inch. It's not really needed in this business, in my opinion. I know people are going to get mad, but in my opinion, it's not really needed. Extenders are good. Now, we got our wrenches. This goes all the way down from 8 to, I believe, 19. Now, if you can, I recommend you get ratchet wrenches. I picked up a set at Harbor Freight on sale for $20. Pittsburgh brand. And this 10mm obviously is the most popular one. You're going to need ratchet wrenches. It's really needed. The most common ones you're going to need is probably a 14, a 13, a 10, and an 8, and an 11. So as long as you get those, you're going to be good to go. But I've seen ratchet wrenches go to like $90 for some of the name brands. But 25 bucks, 30 bucks, Harbor Freight. Get some wrenches. Make sure you have all the way up to at least 17, 19. And that's that whole side. So I'm going to put everything back in how it was. And then we're going to go over this box right here. And this is the most important key. I bet you guys can already tell by watching this video. But I bet you guys can already tell what's in this. So let's put it all back together and then I'll open this up for you. Okay, so time to open the main part of the whole toolbox. Now this is going to be your bread and butter, your money maker, and it doesn't matter what you do. You can go cheap Harbor Freight, you can go Snap-on. It doesn't matter to me. You do what you want. You use what you like. This is my socket set. I have my favorite ratchet, which is the 1/4 inch and the 3/8 inch, and this is the breaker bar version from Harbor Freight, where it goes like a breaker bar or just a standard size wrench. It needs a little oil. It's used almost every day. Then I got a beautiful brand new, I just bought it, Pittsburgh 1/4 inch wrench. You just want a 1/4 inch because the other one's on the back side, it's a pain in the ass. This one has a lock too. So this one doesn't, obviously. So they just pull off. So it's good to have a lock one where they won't pull off. Now with those two out of the way, you want to carry one of each of the spark plugs ones. You want a 5/8 and you want a 13/16 for spark plugs. Very important. Both of these are 3/8. That's one of the reasons I carry the 3/8. And for if I got to take off heads or something, I got a few fitter. So right in here, this is 9 to 14. These are 1/4 inch drive sockets. Sorry, I mean, these are size 7mm to 14mm for the 1/4 inch sockets. Now when it comes to 3/8 sockets, I go all the way up to about a 19mm, but I do carry 21, 22, and 23. I've had to use those in the past before, and they saved my ass. So I technically carry all the way from size 6 in sockets. Oops, so I put those in wrong. Size 6 in sockets, all the way up to size 23 in sockets. And that's just a personal preference. I'm pretty sure you'll probably never use 23 or, you know, past 19mm. And the only reason you really ever use a 19mm is to push in a Takumish primer bulb. When you change a Takumish primer bulb, that's the only reason I've ever used my 19. And my favorite thing about this whole thing, not only is it portable, it's low, compact, I can fit it in the car, super simple, super easy. It's kind of heavy because the box was kind of heavy because it's impact resistant, which I got this whole box at Harbor Freight, and it's just been a great investment. But my favorite thing is that everything you need to do it, I mean, technically you can fix almost everything. Even when you buy parts and order parts, this is it. You just take this with you everywhere you go. Take it to your shop, take it to a customer's house, take it to your mom's house. Doesn't matter where you take it. This thing will fix pretty much, besides, you know, this. I like the fact that it all fits in one convenient box. Super simple, super easy. I mean, you don't get much better than that. And look, even though I lifted it up, you heard everything shuffle around. Nothing's really moved. it's all pretty good. You can't beat that. Can't beat that kind of deal. If you guys have any other kind of tool requests or anything you guys want to see, let me know. I mean, obviously there's specialty tools. You got stuff like this, which your Dremel tool. You got your punch set. Obviously you guys see over here my screwdriver set. This is all for if I'm, you know, I don't want to fuck with this. But yeah, it's mostly just this. This is what you take. This is what you got. I'm glad I upgraded this box where it's compact, simple to move. It's not all messy and disorganized. It's all nice and pretty. This is it, guys. If you guys like this video, smash that like button. Also, hit that subscribe button. Why the hell not? You're already here. You already watched this. I'll have a few more videos up on screen. Bam, bam. Hit those. And I love you guys. See you later.